Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venuses, just Pisces energy. Hey, hi, how are you? Welcome to my channel. Welcome back to my channel. If you are already subscribed here. Hey, hi, how are you? How you doing? My name's Tulips. I'm stuck in a snowstorm. How's your night going? So, hey, welcome. So, let me just set this aside. Let me get through the disclaimers here and then we'll talk about the reading pretty quick. Really quick. Oh, geez, here we go. Sorry for any noises you may hear. Cats are walking up and down this hallway. They like to make a lot of noise. And then secondly, I'm sorry if this camera moves around a lot. I talk with my hands, which ironically are not painted very well, so that's cool. It's ironic because they looked horrible because they were chipped, and then instead of actually just removing the nail polish, I just painted over them. Anyway. I talk with my hands, so things kind of... You should check out Aquarius's video that I just posted. If you really want to see what I mean by my camera will just do whatever it wants. Technology is not my friend. So the spread's pretty simple. It is where you are going, and result of it all. It's just a break away from the normal routine, because I just felt like I had to do it. So, Pisces. I'm also a Pisces Rising, so that's kind of cool. I don't know if people know this, but, you know, if you wanted to, you can also check out your sun, your moon. And when I post, I try to post them regularly, love videos, you can always check out your Venus as well. Anyway, I'm a Pisces Rising, so hey, Pisces, how are you doing? We're going to find out, aren't we? This is going to cover a general theme, you know, so I'll try to pick up what I can and just roll with it, essentially. Here we go. And of course the camera wants to fall already. Not even a minute in. So where you are currently at is the field of flow. Let go of expectations and control. Especially let go of your expectations of how this video is going to go. So release, freedom, and surrender. Look at those beautiful bubbles and purple. You are headed into the edge of the world, which is leaping into the unknown. Okie dokie. Taking some risks, I see. Jumping into the next thing. And then the end result is the haunted staircase. Don't let the what ifs haunt you. Regrets, unsaid words, and missed opportunities. Just what I'm seeing here. I think that some of you may be afraid to take a leap of faith on something because you're afraid of regrets. You're afraid that you might miss out on something, or you are afraid that, you know, it's not going to work out the way that you had hoped. I feel like for some of you in the past, this may have happened, right? You held back on something and the chance passed you by, the person or whatever, and you regretted it ever since, right? Or you tried doing something like your own business, it didn't work out, it failed, and now you're kind of like, well, should I do that again? Because what if I fail like the last time? You know what I'm saying? But don't exactly let this stop you, okay? Because leaping into this unknown is going to take you into some very beautiful places, right? And the whole point of this was for you to let go of that control. So you don't have this regret. So you don't have those expectations that you've already set up in your head, you know? So, with my camera now wanting to face plant into the desk, let's get into it, shall we? I already have some of your cards already shuffled out here, but I will be shuffling on camera most likely because I like to ramble. I hate this. Okay, so Nine of Pentacles, banana, Seven of Wands, and Eight of Wands, and I'm seeing two Kings. Okay, so there seems to be some sort of perseverance towards success. Okay. Sorry, I don't know if you guys heard that or not. And it feels like you might want to take things quickly, or things may just feel like they're moving quickly. It almost feels like you have to make a choice rather quickly, but you don't, okay? The Nine of Pentacles is about, you know, independence and doing things your own way. There's success built upon this through this perseverance of that Seven of Wands, right? For some of you, it may have came pretty quickly, or at least it feels like it might have, but for others of you, it may feel like it didn't come quick enough, right? Because this is also a fighting energy. You had to push to get there. So now you may be at this new stage where you're like, well, now I have to, like, you know, figure something out, and I can't because I want to keep what I have, but I'm afraid of losing it. You know what I'm saying? That's basically what I was saying in the beginning. You're afraid of losing something that you may already have. And we're back. Hello. Did you miss me? I was only gone for 2 seconds. So yeah, like I was saying, I do think that you might fear losing this independence or this change, but I feel like mostly there's no fear here. It's just like, I've already pushed through so much, I already have this, and now it feels like things are just picking up speed, essentially. So, that's kind of cool. We have the High Priestess. I'm seeing the Seven of Swords as well. That's interesting. Okay. I don't like saying the Seven of Swords is about cutting corners, but you may Hi. Sorry. I just cut my own stuff off. But you may try to cut corners around this time. You may try to, like, keep something under wraps, or somebody else is keeping something under wraps from you. You're trying to play down something, it feels like to me. Or somebody is trying to downplay, like, I keep hearing the word seriousness. Maybe you're just trying to keep it cool, you know? You're trying to be like, okay, you know, this is fine. I'm learning as I go here, you know, I'm trusting whatever my intuition's telling me, I'm trusting this, that, and the other thing. We're going with it, and you're letting it surprise you, essentially. You may try to cut corners on something, like that Eight of Wands, that Eight of Wands. You could just be like, if we can kind of speed it up a little and get to where we want to be already, that would be kind of cool. Like, you kind of just want to jump to past this, you know, action moment, past this decision making, essentially. So we have the King of Wands. This could be you. You could be the one person here just manifesting, just trying to bring stuff in, trying to make things work out. This could also be somebody else trying to help you out, you know. And strength here is interesting because that also talks about courage, and, you know, Into the Unknown is about having courage. And the King of Cups. I'm also seeing the Knight of Wands, but we'll take that out in a second. Okay, this is taking an interesting turn, because I'm also seeing the Three of Cups. I'm seeing some other things anyway. So there could be 2 different people that you're dealing with. The King of Cups could be you know, in the fire sign, obviously, by the King of Wands. This could be your dynamic as well, right? You want to leap towards this. You're going to be like, yeah, freedom, excitement, let's go. I'm manifesting all this stuff. But the King of Cups is a different kind of mentality. He's very compassionate. You know, he wants to have love. He wants to, like, make sure everybody else is okay. And you could be just trying to find that balance, right? Meeting yourself in the middle here, between what you want, your independence and stuff like that, and between going forth towards a dream, essentially. You know, taking that action. And this could also be about how you react to something too, right? Are you, like, cold and distant, or are you, like, aggressive and assertive and stuff like that? So, it's very interesting. But these could also just be 2 different people that you're kind of like, hey, can you guys help me out? And they're giving you 2 different opinions about what you should do, and you're kind of just stuck here like, well, I'm gonna have to trust something. Oh look, Queen of Pentacles, King of Swords. There are so many people in this reading. Like, is this like a group project or something? Three of Cups, let's talk about celebrations. This is in regards to love. I really don't think it has to do with cheating or anything like that. This feels like people trying to, like, help you out, you know, trying to get control of the situation to help you or something like that. Like, differing opinions, and that's probably why you fear something. Like, you're gonna lose out on something, or you don't want to make somebody mad because you don't do something a certain way. And that could be said with this Knight of Swords here, right? You're just trying to hurry up and get it all done. You're like, I just want to wipe my hands off of this already. Or you just want to say something, like, agree to something so it can keep moving. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just feels like you are trying to get away from this as much as possible. And everybody's like, no, you have to do this, or you could do it this way. And judging by the Eight of Swords here that wants to come out, you may be feeling kind of stuck. Yeah. Hold on. So yeah, with the Eight of Swords here, I'm feeling, It's beginning to feel like to me that you may have too many people trying to tell you what you should do, what you can do, all of this different stuff. This may also be you kind of arguing with yourselves too, because you may be the type of person who sees many different perspectives of something like that, trying to maintain this control, right, like we spoke about earlier. And you're just feeling trapped in a situation. You might be feeling trapped in your own mind, right? Which is probably why the message here of taking that leap into the unknown is a big thing for you, right? And letting go of the past and things that may haunt you because of poor decision making or something like that. And this could be why there's so many different people here, because like you may be going to them, or you could be like, yeah, this person has a point or something like that, but it's making you feel like you're going in circles here. And I find that kind of interesting, because I do think that things are going to work out for you. I say as I lay out the Tower and Death. But no, here I do think things are going to work out for you. I really do. We have some really good cards after these, but I really wanted to specify the Death and the Tower here, right? Everything you thought you knew, and this is not the end, right? Like, you are changing. Not necessarily just the way you think of something or the way you go about it, but like, you are just changing. You are just learning new things from people. You are learning more about yourself. And this could also be a method of stalling, you know, by the way. You seeking out so many different things to the point where it's confusing because you're not sure what to do, could just be you trying to stall, because you may have an idea, right? You may have a point of which you want to go to. You have the direction, you have the vision, but you might be stalling because, you know, this is scary kind of stuff, you know? Like, change is never really that easy. Even if it's as simple as just like changing a job or something like that, you know, there's emotional attachments that you have to face, and like fears and stuff like that, because the unknown is scary. Whether it's a literal sense, you know, of like moving houses, or like the job thing like I spoke about, or if it's in a spiritual or mental sense, like just learning new perspectives and trying to face your inner child that needs to heal from past wounds or something like that. But I really feel like this is going to benefit you in some way. I feel like, especially with that Three of Cups, because it does talk about celebrations and gatherings and stuff like that, I do think that there is some sort of relief coming to you, and I feel like you're really going to blossom. And we have more that can justify that as well, because we have the Six of Pentacles, the Nine of Cups, and the Ten of Pentacles, right? So there's a lot of independence here. The Six of Pentacles talks about giving and receiving. It could be somebody who comes out of nowhere and helps you. It could be like, I don't want to say divine inspiration, but like an idea that just pops out of nowhere. But it's just people trying to help you, right? This could also be you giving and receiving as well, taking people's advice and giving them, you know, like little thank yous and stuff like that as you go along your day. The Ten of Pentacles, obviously, there's stability here. This is also why I feel like this is more towards money and career. I don't think I said that yet. But I was thinking about it, and I was like, this feels very work-related. Your guys' pile and Aquarius definitely feels very work-related. This doesn't have to be. This could just be about relationships in general, right? Because the Ten of Pentacles does talk about seeing distant family members, distant friends, and stuff like that. Literally distant, like you haven't spoken to them in a while, or in terms of distance, as in you have to, like, you know, drive 6 hours or something like that to see them, where they live in a completely different area or something like that. But there is independence coming for you emotionally, financially, and like all of that fun jazz, essentially. I'm kind of all over the place. Please forgive me for that, because it's been for you guys 2 seconds, but for me a whole day, and I don't know what the heck I was saying. The World is fun, because it does talk about inevitable ends and conclusions, but new things beginning as well, you know? There's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow shining at the end of every day. Yeah, so if you've ever been to Disney World, I highly recommend the Carousel of Progress, because this is what this feels like, just a Carousel of Progress. And it's scary, but I'm telling you that there is a good result to all of this, and you'll be very happy that you took that leap of faith, whether that is, you know, turning to your friends, your family, your guides, whoever you trust for advice. But I feel like that might just be overwhelming you, to be honest with you. So I feel like your result, or the thing that you're looking for, may just be unexpected, and it may just come from you being like, okay, we're going to do X, Y, Z, let's go. You know, you're just going to have to take that leap of faith and see where it lands. I do feel like this isn't really permanent, so if you wanted to change your mind down the road and be like, okay, this plan isn't working out, and I kind of want to wiggle in whatever this plan is that my friend mentioned, you know, you can do that. This is not something that is set in stone. It's very flexible, but the ending is guaranteed, which is like something that's really happy and really good for you guys. I hope that makes sense, because it does feel like it's work related, I'm not gonna lie. So it's like, if you wanted to change that job or get your own business started or something like that, I feel like it's really going to take off. It's interesting because it's not very romantic. It's very work related, very like friend or like family related. People telling you something, and you're trusting it. even if it scares you, because you might fear that you don't trust yourself. Anyway, I'm going in circles at this point. We have the Knight of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune, which tells me even more that, you know, this is something that you've been working for. Putting a lot of time and effort in. You've moved slowly. Yeah, Two of Wands. You've moved slowly into this, trying to figure out what you want to do, where you want to go. You're checking the details, maybe being a little too controlling, right? So make sure to let that go. Let go of your expectations of what you think this is going to be, because it's going to surprise you. And I feel like this is going to tap into that healing that might need to be done, right? Address some issues from people you haven't seen in a while. Just letting go of trauma and stuff like that. Because the Wheel of Fortune is essentially a compass, right? It spins, it keeps on going, but you get to decide where it ends. And I do see this, obviously, like I keep stressing, because I don't want you guys to panic or anything, that there is going to be a lot of stability, a lot of financial success especially, but a lot of good things are coming to you, and perhaps all of these people that you're dealing with, this could be just different energies that you're struggling with, right? Like trying to keep things logical and practical, but also like feeling very emotional and stuff, and which creates that Eight of Swords feeling of being trapped and stuck. But that's also why we have that Two of Wands, right? Planning, expansion, looking ahead to see what you can do. I say feeling stuck, and we get the Nine of Swords. And the Three of Pentacles. That's the second time we saw a 3. And technically, we've had 3 helping cards, right? The Three of Cups can be about help, you know, about gathering with people. The Ten of Pentacles is also about that as well. And now we have the Three of Pentacles, right? So despite that anxiety and despite that fear, turn to people who can help you, because they'll help you get straight, if that makes sense. They'll help you, like, figure things out. Definitely some tough choices you'll have to make. The thing is, though, these could be good or bad choices. From the cards that are kind of popping up but not necessarily coming out, there might be some tough choices you have to make, and that's okay. Because I do think they're going to open new doors for you. I did also see the Two of Cups, so it's like 222, so that might be a sign for some of you guys, right? That also talks about forgiveness and like love coming in for you and stuff like that, which we do see with the Ten of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups especially. Okay, so I hope that is making sense. I'm going to go ahead and start shuffling for the Oracle cards here. Just little, these are fun because they go with the tarot deck, the mini Divi. Just little ghost messages to see what you need to, you know, work on, or just tiny little messages, honestly. So, Woman in the Water, it's time to travel far below the surface. There is so much more than what meets the eye in the situation. Yeah, so this is probably stressing the whole, turning to all of the people in your life, you letting go of those fears of the past and stuff like that, and taking that leap of faith, because it's really going to blossom for you. You may not see that now, but I'm telling you, it's going to make you shine and make you feel really happy and stable. Like, things will take off for you, but you kind of have to just trust yourself and the people around you. The Severed Head. Now's not the time to lose your head, it's time to plan. Yeah. Eight of Swords and Nine of Swords meeting the Two of Wands. All of those kings and queens that were in there. The Six of Pentacles, dare I say. You're at a breakthrough moment, right? We saw that with the Death card. I almost said the Ten of Towers. What does that mean? The Tower. There is a change on the horizon for you, and it's going to be good. It might be a little bit painful, because I feel like the fears that you might be dealing with all have to do with some sort of mental trauma, perhaps. Anxiety, depression, and stuff like that. Maybe old addictions, but this change is going to be good for you. I will stress that until the cows come home. What is this? The Grabby Ghost. It's out of your control. Let it go. Wow, it's almost like the Feel the Flow was saying to let go of expectations and control. Only focus on the things you can do yourself, okay? Pisces, I'm pretty sure this is Pisces reading. I already forgot. I'm like 99, because this feels so much like Aquarius, so I keep thinking this is Aquarius, but it's not. It's Pisces. Anyway, Pisces, take it from one person who feels like she has to have all the control in the world. Yeah, it'll drive you mad. Just focus on the things that you can do today, right? And if all you can do today is say yes to something, right, and maybe just take a shower, just do your daily routine, then do that, okay? There are some things, no matter how much we try, we cannot control. The only thing you can't control in this life is how you react to something and what you do about it, okay? The rest of it, I know it's really hard to hear, but just let it go. Just let it go, man. Play Frozen if you have to. Okie dokie. Your inner child is holding you back. Okay, that's interesting because I did think that, obviously we have that what if card, letting go of the past regrets. So I do think a lot of this stuff for you is about healing, and taking the time that you need to, like, care for yourself. Seek out the inner truths that long to be awakened. Yeah, that could be what the journey is about, honestly. You could just be going through a giant, mental journey about, like, healing your past traumas and, like, letting go of what no longer serves you, whether that's people, places, things, you know, ideas even. And the shapeshifter. Things are not what they seem. Yes. Okay, so my final thoughts, and I'll wrap this up. I think that you are fearing the worst, and there's no reason to be. Especially if this has to do with some sort of relationship, in terms of, like, family or friends, or even, like, co-workers. I don't really think this reading's romantic in any way. Any change that you want to admit, you may be fearing it simply because, you know, of past experiences, and, you know, the what-ifs that plague your mind. You know, anxiety's like that. You constantly just hammer yourself, well, what if this happens, and what if that happens? And I think the reason why you're getting these messages of, like, letting go of control and stuff like that is because, what is coming for you is not something you can control. You know, it is change. It is a revolution of different ideas and stuff like that. You know, people have to change. We can't just stay stagnant. And I'm not saying that, like, we have the choice to change, right? Change comes for us whether we want it to or not. And for you guys, I think in particular, you are just struggling with taking that first step into that unknown because it's scary. You know, you need that courage. You need to trust that calling in your gut, you know? It's never really let you down a bad road. It's led you down to many lessons, perhaps. I don't know where I was going with that, but it's perhaps led you down to many different lessons. But at the end of the day, Pisces, okay, like I said, you can only control your actions and how you react to something, which again is most likely an action. There is no reason to fear the worst with this. We saw all of the cards that are waiting for you at the end of this cycle. It may be overwhelming, right? But it feels like to me you have a very good support system either coming your way or that's already here, and you just maybe not need to take all of what they're saying, but, like, you know, if there's a common theme between what everybody is saying, I would listen to that and go for it, you know? Most importantly, trust yourself. I'm hearing intuition. So if those of you who are struggling with anxiety, the difference between intuition and your anxiety is that your intuition's never going to tell you no. It took me a little bit to realize this as well because I also have anxiety. And so, the biggest example is that I met somebody and I knew something was wrong with them. I felt it in my gut, right? It felt like nerves. And I felt like I was being paranoid, but I was like, no, there is something wrong with this person. And then sure enough, stuff ended up happening and I knew it, like, looking back on it, I just knew it. But my anxiety kept telling me, no, that's not true, you know? My intuition was like, trust yourself on this, but my anxiety was like, nah, give him the benefit of the doubt, you know? It's probably a lousy example, honestly. But it's hard because it's different for everybody. Like, for me, I feel my intuition in my gut, literally, like, the gut feeling, and you might feel it too. But only you can really, like, decipher what your intuition feels like and, like, what cues you could take off. Like, that's just a learning. This whole thing's a learning process. That's the whole point of healing your inner child. Anyway, I'm rambling now. The whole point is, I think there's a lot of good coming for you. There's definitely some big changes coming for you, Pisces. You just have to just let yourself go and let yourself have it, you know? You can get all the advice that you want, but at the end of the day, this is your journey, okay? You have to let go of those expectations, of that control. You need to take that leap into the unknown and face your past, most likely. Face the past that is probably dragging you down, and just forgive yourself, especially because you didn't know better. But now you do, and now you can make better choices. Understand? Okay. Rambling aside, I hope this reading was okay for you guys. There's a lot of cuts going into this because I'm sorry. I my editing's all over the place. I don't even know what I'm doing. I don't know how to edit. I'm just doing this. Check out your other signs for other readings if you'd want. Maybe it'll be more clear to you. Stick around. Subscribe if you'd like. I promise you my videos will be getting better. I promise. I'm still new to this whole thing. Check out my other socials for more free readings. I try to post semi-daily. You know, life happens. I'll let you guys go. Have a good day. Have a good night. I love you whether you're new or old to this channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.